Violent battles are raging in both northern and southern Gaza as Israeli troops close in on the southernmost city of Rafah. Satellite imagery shows thousands of tents disappearing across the city since the start of the month. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are fleeing the area and heading north to avoid the impending invasion. And after several setbacks, the U.S. military says it has completed installing a floating pier off of the coast of Gaza. Humanitarian aid could be delivered soon. I want to bring in now CBS News foreign correspondent Imtiaz Tyab from Tel Aviv. Imtiaz, let's start with this. There are reports of escalated violence in northern Gaza as more Israeli troops are pushing south towards Rafah. What's the latest on the situation?
Yeah, Lana, good to be with you. Well, as you so aptly say, all eyes for the past week or so have been on Rafah, where Israeli forces are only widening what's been described as a limited operation. They're triggering this mass exodus of Palestinians who had already been displaced from their homes elsewhere across Gaza to flee the violence. Around a quarter of Gaza's entire population, in fact, has left Rafah since then. But it's in the north, in areas like Jabalia, where we're now seeing pretty intense violence. In fact, a strike on the Jabalia refugee camp on a building there left many Palestinians killed and left many injured. As well in that area, we also learned that 5 Israeli soldiers were killed in what's been described as a friendly fire incident involving an Israeli tank. And it really just underscores the fact that even though the Israeli military, led by the security cabinet, which of course comprises of the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, has pursued this policy of real, almost complete devastation of areas in their battle against Hamas, that has not stopped Hamas from re-emerging in these areas. And that's what we're seeing playing out in the north of the Gaza Strip. Lana.
Imtiaz, we've discussed a lot the humanitarian situation because the enclave is really dire. And we know that the U.S. is building this pier. I feel like you and I have been discussing this for a long time now. What impact is it now supposed to have now that it's finished? And do you have any update on the timing of implementation?
Yeah, it's been months in the making, and now that this pier has been docked, we understand that within the next 24 to 48 hours, between 90 and 150 truckloads of humanitarian aid will start arriving into the Gaza Strip. Now, I have to be clear that although around 1,000 U.S. soldiers and sailors have been part of this project and will be assisting the pier, the Biden administration has made it clear there will be no U.S. boots on the ground inside Gaza. Instead, the United Nations will be steering that aid across the Gaza Strip to areas where there has been recorded famine, as well as to those people who have fled the violence in Rafah as well. But this is a badly needed situation that many hope will alleviate the massive humanitarian crisis that is unfolding across the Gaza Strip. Lana.
Well, let's talk about the leader of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, saying Hamas gave Israel an excuse to wage war on Gaza by carrying out those deadly attacks on October 7th. This is really the most critical stance that we've heard from Palestinian leadership to date. How significant is this? How is it being received there?
Yeah, it's interesting, and so too is Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, who at 88 years old is deeply unpopular. Many Palestinians who have been polled want him to resign. They see the Palestinian Authority, which he rules, as little more than a subcontractor to the Israeli state, and they want him gone. Still, these comments that he made at the Arab League in Bahrain are not insignificant. But the reality is because of his unpopularity, and frankly, because of the unpopularity of the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, which so many Israelis are angry at as well, these comments are very likely to fall on deaf ears. Very quickly, I do need to point out here in Israel, there are massive political issues going on with the Israeli Defense Minister, Yoav Gallant, essentially accusing the Israeli Prime Minister of not having a plan for the final, or rather the day after the war in Gaza, with Prime Minister Netanyahu defiant, saying that he will not rule out reoccupying the Gaza Strip. Lana.
All right, Imtiaz, thank you.